And now I'd like to hear Raviv.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Raviv Tal, and I am the CEO of Vigo Social Intelligence, a part of the international IFAT group who specializes in social media monitoring and analysis. We are originated and located in Tel Aviv, Israel, and that is why, unlike most speakers today, I need to start by apologizing for all the English mistakes I'm going to be making. I want to spend the next few minutes to explain you first how social media monitoring and analysis works, and specifically how the monitoring of anti-Semitism in social media works. So social media is the billions of posts written every day all over the internet, but all by the users themselves. Nowadays, more than 2 billion of people are logging to social networks on a daily basis and spend the average of 4 hours online. We write, record, and upload all of our thoughts, needs, emotions, beliefs, and unfortunately fears online to create a gigantic, almost infinite field of data. Vigo uses self-developed, very simple technology to monitor and process all that field. Every second, we scan the entire network, searching for new posts that are being uploaded online. That process is called web crawling, and it is very common worldwide, done by hundreds of technology companies for different reasons. For example, one of those companies is a small Mountain View firm called Google, who uses web crawling to index the entire web. All data that we encounter is being tagged and saved locally on Vigo servers. Next phase is filtering. We try to find matches between the data we just crawled and the need of our clients. Does the post contain specific words? What logo is on its picture? Where or what time was it written? Filters allow us to automatically sort the data based on its attributes. Once we have the filter data, and that still happens in real time, we send alerts that a new match was found. Sometimes we found thousands of matches every day, and sometimes only a few per month. But today's biggest or largest big data threat is to overwhelm your clients with the amount of data that they wouldn't be able to process. Therefore, our research team uses those matches in order to find patterns, which is our fourth phase. In today's world, every post by itself is usually meaningless, while the patterns create a much bigger picture. William Edward Deming once said that without data, we are just people with opinions, so we are the guys extracting the data out of people's opinions. And our last phase is to analyze all those patterns and summarize them into quick, understandable, easy action items. Let's have an example. 250,000. 250,000 anti-Semitic posts have been monitored by Vigo and its international partners in the last year. It also means that every 2 minutes, someone somewhere had created an anti-Semitic post, picture, or video content for long enough time for us to monitor it. As a result, every 2 minutes, thousands of people have been exposed to an anti-Semitic post, millions of people every year all over the planet. And what do people express? 44% of all anti-Semitic posts are being defined as offensive language. Swears, bad words, jokes about Jews, sometimes even using Jews as a curse, like calling someone you something Jew. 18% of all posts, that's more than 100 posts a day, are articles and texts almost scientific, claiming to prove Jews are a satanic evil cult. 2/3 of those posts include, of course, the Holocaust denial. 7% of all posts, which are 50 posts a day, 2 every hour, are the texts that worries us the most. These are the people who call for violent action against Jews. Now, another 31% are the posts defined as new anti-Semitism, the calls against Zionists and Israelis. Now, the motive of those posts could be different and explained or argued differently, so let's focus on the other 69%. I wanted to share some examples with you, and trust me, I only choose the softer ones for this lecture. Almost every news article today related to Jews worldwide receives at least one anti-Semitic comment. Gene Wilder passed away last week. A Nazi site headline was, "Weird Jew Gene Wilder had finally died." An Israeli athlete gets transferred overseas, there would always be a claim against the Jewish conspiracy behind it. Listen to the web long enough, like we did in the past few months, and you can find all the old anti-Semitic phrases Jews consider to be dirty, smelly, filthy, stinky, rats, rotten, greedy, cheap, selfish, and the center of many, many jokes. It's all being put out there. And unfortunately, the examples are just getting worse. There are over 1,500 blogs and more than 300 Facebook pages that claim to prove Judaism is not a religion, but a satanic cult. The Jews are trying to conquer the world, that the Holocaust never happened. Actually, the hashtag Holohoax has more than 15 hits every day. And it's even getting worse. Last May, Marcus Mitchen from Scotland has been arrested for uploading a video in which he teaches his girlfriend's dog to react to Guess the Jews declaration. Although the guy was arrested, the movie is still up there. Nowadays, it has over 2 million views. That's more than some of the Super Bowl commercials. Social media users are not afraid to express that Jews should be killed, eliminated, gassed, raped, or discriminated in so many ways. Most of the posts are being written from identified known profiles and are being viewed by millions of people. But social intelligence is not only in finding those posts, but mostly in learning from their mutual patterns. Our research team has learned that 3 out of 4 anti-Semitic posts are being written by young men, usually from the United States, none of which is a social media influencer. The most interesting difference between the calls is by the media type. Scientific explanations are being written in blogs and websites. Offensive and violence posts are uploaded mostly to Twitter. And jokes are written on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, mostly by younger people who are not necessarily fully aware of the damage they create. Looking on the data visually makes us understand that anti-Semitism in social media is a behavior that occurs in specific areas by specific types of people and therefore can be influenced or changed through education or social media activity. But the most important conclusions I want you all to take with you today is that anti-Semitism in the digital age can be monitored, measured, and analyzed, and of course should promote any type of action. But in order to treat it right, we need to think where and how we can interfere. Would it be by prevention or education, response or delete? We must create the right strategy and then, of course, measure its results. And trust me, there will be results. Thank you all for listening.